When discussing best practices for engaging and educating an individual within nutritional counseling, it is important to look at the social, the psychosocial, and the environmental factors that ultimately impact their nutritional status and their decision making throughout their dietary needs. Now, when we're looking at this specific individual, we are looking at the social aspect of the fact that it is a teenage girl. As a teenage girl, you're very widely impacted by not only your peers and those that are around you in regards to the influence, but you're also impacted by society and what we consider norms, especially in the media and social media, especially nowadays with how impactful TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, things like that are. It's important to look at those factors when it comes to this individual. When it comes to psychosocial, there are two things that we want to look at. The first thing is being the fact that she has depression. That's super important to evaluate when looking at how to intervene and nutritionally counsel her. And on top of that, she lost her father at a very young age, which can ultimately have led to that depression. Maybe not have a whole hand in it, but it can definitely have an impact. And then last thing is environmental. With the loss of her father as a young child, she is ultimately being raised by a single parent. That can impact a lot of things when it comes to the availability and the accessibility in regards to her needs in nutrition and dietary needs. And looking at her dietary plan and the nutrition counseling that I had placed for her, a lot of things that I looked at were, of course, those three elements of social, psychosocial, and environmental. But we were also looking at the fact that she is a young girl. And we are looking at a lot of the struggles that she has in regards to her medical history, family history, diagnoses, and things like that. So what I did is I ultimately did a big part of making sure we were educating her and making sure that she felt like she had control of the situation. It's important to feel like that client or that individual has a hand in the decisions that are being made for them, because it makes them feel like they have more control and they're not being forced, which then allows you to then implement that process a lot easier. I also included items that were allowing her to no longer have a calcium deficiency, as well as lower sodium items, and of course increased protein, as well as various options that were going to allow for them to be able to find more accessible options in regards to their finances, in regards to the environmental factors of her living in a single parent household.